During the last 60 years, the world has been witness to the actions of Luddite Theodore John Kaczynski and former medical practitioner Harold Frederick Shipman. Born on May 22, 1942, Theodore John Kaczynski, nicknamed the Unabomber and often referred to as Ted Kaczynski, was raised in Chicago, Illinois, along with his younger brother David Kaczynski, to a lower-class Polish household. From a young age, Kaczynski was recognized as being gifted, displaying an interest in mathematics, scoring an IQ of 167. Ted Kaczynski would subsequently become an assistant professor at the University of California, Berkeley, before withdrawing himself from society, becoming the infamous terrorist he's known for today. Harold Frederick Shipman, a United Kingdom medical practitioner, was born on January 14, 1946, to Vera Shipman and Harold Shipman. Like Kaczynski, he excelled in school and was even able to attend the High Pavement Grammar School. He married his wife, Primrose May Oxley, in 1966, and graduated from the University of Leeds in 1970. He then started to work at several medical centers as a general practitioner until he opened a clinic in 1993. 7 years later, he would be convicted of 15 counts of murder and a forgery charge. In this span of time, he would poison his victims with massive doses of morphine. To this day, it is not entirely certain exactly how many people fell victim to Shipman, but it is known that he killed at least 250 people, ranging from the ages of 41 to 93. What could have possibly occurred to such intelligent men to commit such horrible atrocities? What factors led these people to perform such cold-blooded acts as mass murder? Throughout his academic years, Kaczynski was noted to be a loner. He had very few, if any, friends during his university years. During his time at Harvard, Kaczynski volunteered as a subject in an experiment conducted by psychologist Henry Murray. This experiment was done for a federal research program by the name of Project MKUltra. Subjects were prohibited from exiting the experiment unless they wished to be expelled from the university and lose their scholarships. The social experiment consisted of the subject writing an essay on their worldviews and receiving insults that attacked their beliefs and opinions. Kaczynski participated in this experiment for around 3 years, during which time his mental health deteriorated significantly. Shipman was not very close to his father, who was a truck driver, but had a close relationship to his mother, Vera Shipman. From a young age, his mother instilled in him a sense of superiority, which consequently led him to not have many friends growing up. Vera also pressured him to do well in his academics, which led him to get accepted into a prestigious grammar school. Vera Shipman died when Harold was 17 years old. Her death devastated him and is believed to be the reason for his obsession with the quote-unquote power of life and death. At the age of 30, Harold Shipman was convicted of forgery after caught ordering an additional supply of morphine to satisfy his addiction. He was barred from his medical practice for some time and entered a drug rehabilitation program. For his conviction, Shipman received the ultimate penalty of a modest fine. His morphine addiction influenced the manner he killed his patients, which was by prescribing them excessive or unneeded amounts of morphine, causing them to overdose, and leaving no trail of evidence that may suggest he had any role in killing them. Ted Kaczynski suffered from anosognosia, a condition that caused such an intellectual man like him unaware of his schizophrenia. The majority of cases involving people with anosognosia involve substantial deficiencies in illness awareness and an irrational urge to affirm one's sanity regardless of the circumstances. Despite his lawyer's advice that pleading innocent on the basis of insanity was his only way to escape the death penalty during his trial, Kaczynski would refuse having his mental health evaluated out of fear he would be declared a sickie. Like Kaczynski, Shipman was never mentally evaluated, Even while incarcerated, he would tell his fellow inmates that he had never killed anyone and had been wrongfully imprisoned. Shipman maintained his stance until the day he committed suicide on January 13, 2004, in his cell. Shipman's narcissistic personality was most likely developed as a result of being viewed as an inferior by his classmates during his academic years, as well as his mother's incessant encouragement to be superior than everyone else. For both Shipman and Kaczynski, traumatic events and childhood experiences played factors that in one way or another motivated them to perform such crimes such as mass murder and domestic terrorism. Kaczynski's lack of emotional attachment and his experience at Harvard, and Shipman's relationship with his mother and the influence she had on him are examples of underlying factors. These factors may help solve the true motive of the crimes each of these men commit.